This is video number 72, and the title is 4 in a Subaru. It was well after midnight. Lou and I were on night patrol. I was driving my brand new 1980 Dodge Power Wagon pickup. It was a nice truck, one of the first with square dual headlights. We were working our way around the Mashopin area that night. We traveled east along the dirt road from Route 6 through the Burr Poultry Farm property over to Jenkins Road. We turned left on Jenkins towards Kaiserville. As we were able to view the area of Slumber Valley, we could see a vehicle moving around on the far side hill. It appeared to be in the middle of a field about halfway up the hill. We proceeded down into the valley toward that area. When we went up the hill, we could see the vehicle was still in the field. We were pretty sure at that point that we probably had a deer shooting situation in progress. I had shut off my lights as we traveled up the hill to be able to get close without detection. When we got to the field, I turned on the headlights, the red strobe on the roof, and four-ways. I went head-to-head with the vehicle in the field. Our lights flooded that vehicle. We could see 4 occupants and recognized the vehicle as a Subaru station wagon. They got around us. The Subaru was running. I whipped around and started to pursue the Subaru. Back down the hill we went. When they got down to the Slumber Valley Road, they turned left and headed east towards Brown's Farm. I really liked my truck, but that night I found out that it wouldn't go faster than 75 miles an hour, no matter what. Lou and I were keeping up at first. As we came over the first rise, there was a large car along the road, a big Impala or similar to that. 3 heads are sticking out the windows on the passenger side, along with a large amount of that special kind of smoke. The amount of pot smoke rolling out of that car was amazing, but we had other business. The Subaru had just temporarily gone out of sight as it cleared the top of the hill. As we came over the hill a few hundred yards behind him, we were startled to see a large doe bouncing in the middle of the road. We swerved around the deer and continued the pursuit. 75 was the best I could do. The doggone Subaru with 4 guys in it was pulling away. We couldn't catch him. During the 3 years I had that truck, I also had on 4 occasions Toyota pickups outrun me. It was very frustrating, to say the least. One thing though, I paid $6,800 for that brand new truck. 3 years later, with almost 50,000 miles on it, I got a trade-in of $6,300 toward my first Ramcharger. When I took the Ramcharger for a test drive, I got on the expressway and took it to 115 miles an hour. Now that was more like it. The 83 Ramcharger was one of the best vehicles I've ever owned. I took it up over power line right-of-ways, rock-covered mountainsides, forded streams, etc. It was a great truck. Also, no shooters got away unless I purposely broke off the pursuit. We broke off the pursuit of the Subaru. They were just continually pulling away. We couldn't even get close enough for a license plate number. We turned around and went back to collect the deer. The carload of potheads was gone. Imagine that. As we loaded up the deer, Lou and I got kind of a chuckle out of what had transpired. Subaru vehicles were just being introduced to America back then, and they were pretty small. It must have been quite a scene with those 4 guys maneuvering around in that tiny car, getting the flip-up rear door open and pushing that deer out while traveling about 70 miles an hour. We were not able to salvage any useful evidence from the deer. No bullet fragments were recoverable. We knew of a few needy families in the county. Whenever we had a decent roadkill or a situation like this one, we would give one of these families the deer along with a permit for it. We did this as often as we could. Some of those folks were elderly, and there were a few times we not only dropped off the deer, but stayed and visited a while as we proceeded to dress, skin, and rough butcher the deer for them. It was the right thing to do and was always greatly appreciated. Well, folks, that concludes my short story about Ford and a Subaru. As always, I wish everyone all the best.